here of the Mass Effect Andromeda series. We just took off and kind of went back to the Nexus, so now we're going to talk to the crew.
Glad you stopped by. You'll pardon me if I keep an eye on our Vector?
That's probably smart.
Nothing like being on the bridge of your very own ship, is there?
I could stand here and drink in that view all day.
When I was test piloting the ship back home, I often did. Of course, it took a whole team to build the Tempest. I was the only one to come to Helios, though.
Why did you?
What can I say? We poured our hearts into a ship that wouldn't realize her potential until Andromeda. I could have stood on the shore and waved goodbye, or took the leap to see how it all turned out.
I get it. Like leaving a good story half-finished.
The team liked that one of us was going. It felt right, after all we went through. I remember Serena debugging line 2281 over and over, chewing that green pencil. Tion and O'Connell arguing equations, tapping on the console, 3 drips of coffee on the corner.
You remember all that?
Oh, yes. Solarians have photographic memories, and apparently mine's unusually sharp. Like my past is still happening. Though I suppose with the Solarian arc missing, you might not get many chances to compare.
Did you hear anything about the Ark back in the Nexus?
Not a peep. Isn't that strange? You'd think there'd be something. Not that I dislike your company, but it's lonely without other Solarians.
I'm not saying there's Tan. We don't like Tan.
Don't sweat it. We'll bring the Solarians home.
Of course we will. I just have to be patient, that's all. I should get back to it, but thank you. I was afraid the Tempest would be mothballed after we lost your father. We built her for this. She deserves to be in a Pathfinder's hands. Please, come by any time.
Gotcha.
What can I do for you?
If you helped to build the Tempest, you must know plenty about her.
Just about everything. By memory. It was quite the effort to get her working. The initiative needed absolutely up-to-date technology, which we all had to coordinate, and some of it was rather tricky to acquire.
Acquire?
Buy. Legally and above board, of course. Yes. Sadly, the other Pathfinder vessels were lost when the Scourge hit the Nexus. The Tempest is truly unique.
You know, I haven't actually met many Solarians.
Careful. Depending who you ask. We're conniving spies, genius researchers, or meddling scientists. We have to pack a lot of living into 40-odd years. Everything gets accelerated. Lines blur. I just hope we don't repeat our old mistakes out here.
Tell me something else about the ship.
Okay.
Her engine's based on the Ark's Odyssey drive, which got us through dark space. The core takes the static electricity it generates and stores it in capacitors. We basically make our own power supply. It took Serena and Tion weeks to get it working on a smaller ship. And a few electrical shocks.
Tell me something else about the ship.
Our aerospace engineer was Tianada Vasmore, a Quarian fellow, and absolutely fearless. Once, some Omega scrap dealer pulled the "we don't sell to Quarians" nonsense. Tion found a workaround.
What did he do?
He glued a memory foam to his environmental suit, then, during the negotiations, leaned against the drive core he wanted, very casual. It made a perfect mold of the components, and the scrap dealer was none the wiser.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me something else about the ship.
The glass on board? It's actually a clear oxide and nanofiber compound. It bends rather than shattering.
How tough is it? We're only an arm's length away from hard vacuum.
Our testing involved 3 drunk Krogan with sledgehammers and a C-Sec battering ram. It's
Huh?
sturdy.
Well,
Tell me something else about the ship.
O'Connell, our systems designer, was running a power distribution model, how power moves through the ship. But he forgot to lock his terminal and we, added a few embellishments. For 2 days, poor O'Connell was convinced that turning on all the bathroom lights would overload the engine core.
I know.
Tell me something else about the ship.
I'm all out of stories for now. Sorry. You'll have to make some new ones.
Tell me something else about the ship.
I'm all out of stories for now. Sorry. You'll have to make some new ones.
Okay, okay.
I'll let you concentrate.
You know where I'll be.
email terminal up here. Let's talk to Suvi.
Ah, Pathfinder. It's so wonderful to meet you. I'm Dr. Suvi Anwar, assigned to act as liaison between your crew and the Nexus science team.
Welcome to my team. I look forward to working with you.
Likewise. I can't wait to get to work. There hasn't been much to do so far, unfortunately. I've studied all the planetary scans. I've even had some hands-on experience with Helios soil samples. If you want, I'll send you my analysis on the native bacteria and microfauna. 60 pages.
That's a lot of pages. About dirt.
Oh, you don't have to be kind. I know it's barely more than a summary. Anyway, I've waited months to get there to see Helios. It's why I joined the initiative. The Milky Way was just a corner of a vast universe, a corner of a tiny corner. We're the ones who got to step out of that corner. It's incredible.
I guarded a mass relay for some time. I always wanted to see the other side.
I totally know what you mean.
So will you be joining us on missions?
Oh, that's funny. Me, out there, with the guns and the danger and everything.
But don't you want to experience everything firsthand? I know I'd want to.
Oh, absolutely. But I know my strengths. Trust me, I'm far more useful to you in the laboratory. Anyway, I've just received some instructions from the science team, and I really should go over them. Later, then. Pathfinder.
I take it you work closely with the Nexus science team?
I try to keep in contact with them. We discuss anything and everything we discover out here. After all, many brains are better than one, and Dr. Aridana is worth 2 or 3 at least. I work best when I have other people to bounce ideas off of.
I'm still fuzzy about how we managed to see Andromeda all the way from home.
It confused me too. I mean, the light lag would have made any data 2 million years out of date. So I asked Dr. Aridana, and she told me, well, it wasn't her tech that did it. It was the Geths.
You're kidding? Those killer robots we had in the Milky Way?
Those exact ones. The initiative obtained data from an array in deep space, a Geth construct. According to Aridana, the Geth rebuilt a mass relay and turned the approach corridor into an FTL sensor.
A what now?
It operated like a telescope, just faster than light. It provided much more up-to-date info. We don't know why the Geth were interested in observing beyond the galaxy, though. Maybe we'll never know.
Did my dad know about this? Why didn't he tell me?
It's possible he didn't know. The Geth are isolationist and hostile. Using the info, even obtaining it in the first place, probably crossed a lot of boundaries.
How long have you been awake in Helios?
Not as long as some. Missed the entire mess of the uprising, thank heaven. I was defrosted to replace an exiled member of the team. Not that there was much science to do for the longest time.
So what did you do?
Helped wherever I could. Made plans for science we would eventually do. Spent some time on an investigation, figuring out how long the food would last if the worst happened. Who's essential, who's not, who gets what. I don't want to do that again.
That plan exists? Where is it?
I don't know. I hope it's gone. Burned. We have a Pathfinder now. We're going to be okay.
Facts.
What do you know about the Scourge?
We established that it's artificial. Someone put it there. Or they did something that caused its creation. We don't know why. That's still a mystery.
I should get back to things.
Sounds good.
Just in case.
What's going on?
Nada.
I should get back to things.
Sounds good.
Check out the email terminal. I've touched my paper on the Helios soil in case you were looking for some light bedtime reading. Once again, I'm so honored to be here. Subi. Attachment Helios Pedology Sanwar. Has been categorized as spam. It is now quarantined. Alright, Ryder from Lexi. Ryder, I've completed my analysis of all of the injuries you suffered on Habitat 7. During the fall, both falls, including the facial damage incurred when your helmet shattered, your hairline subsurface fractures are mending nicely. If you want to monitor the healing process, there's a facial reconstruction suite installed in the Tempest medbay. Exploring harsh environments can take its toll after all. The suit can make any desired adjustments to your appearance quickly and safely. Kahlo claims the suite runs on antiquated xenon. I think that's one of his little jokes. Lexi. Did they add... I feel like they added her damn 60... I promise y'all, I'm not reading 60 pages of anything. Ah, here we go. Mods. Here we go. Damage, penetration. And then accuracy. I think I'd go with the barrel and the scope for right now. This one appears to be better. Oh, hold on. Go back, throw the pistol on there. Unlocked by Combat Fitness 3 extra holsters. Okay. For right now, we'll roll with these. That's probably the exit to the Tempest. Okay. Won't be using those immediately. Let's go floor by floor.
Hey, can you drop by the biolab?
Yeah, I got you. I don't want to use any Milky Way weapons. I'd rather go straight to Helios Technologies. Oh. I have enough for any of this. Is there no pistols? Guess SMG would be like the closest thing. I could. Required level 30. Okay. This makes sense. This system actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, maybe we'll do some Milky Way, because like this is new too. Oh, I only have 20 Milky Ways, but I had 330 Helios. This is plasma surrounding projectiles and 3-round burst. Feature which earned the weapon its name, roughly translated as 3 stars. Sudden death fires tracking enabled plasma surrounded rounds. The tracking effect enables by magnetic field adjusters and projectiles is slight but useful, particularly given a token's low ammunition capacity. Okay. The massive Ket Sonad, translated as resistance. This is like an LMG. Rapidly unleashes plasma surrounded projectiles after, or not SMG, or I said LMG, right? I don't know. After a brief charging period, much of the Sonad size is devoted to. Okay, so this is kind of like, I think this is what the heavies carry. To Watcher is a slow-firing sniper rifle that uses plasma-surrounded projectiles. The user can charge the semi-automatic Lennon's magnetic field to modify the plasma containment. The longer the charge builds, the more powerful the shot. At full power, the Lennon is among the most deadly weapons in the galaxy. Deadly Kets SMG with plasma surrounding projectiles. The Rosarad's firing rate increases with every shot. Okay, this is kind of like the Blood Pack SMG from the Mass Effect 2 and 3. I can't think of its name, but although clearly designed for Ket, the Roserad translates to infinite fire, appears to incorporate technology from another species, perhaps an ally or Ket vassal. Naladin translated to Taker is a scoped rifle capable of firing plasma-surrounded projectiles that explode on impact and burn anyone in the immediate vicinity. Naladin mixes precision targeting with indiscriminate damage. What that says about Ket military culture is a subject best left to expert xenoscience sociologists. Semi-automatic hash, translated to order, is a Ket weapon that fires clusters of plasma-surrounded projectiles. Fired rounds are powerful enough to stagger most foes and demand submission from the rest. And the Dawn Shotgun, semi-automatic weapon which unleashes a single plasma-surrounded projectile that causes devastating damage. The Dawn's large and dense projectiles can knock down opponents and generate magnetic fields sufficient to sustain plasma spheres. Dawn appears to translate to Peacebringer. I think I'm going to go with the burst. Researched successfully. Oops. Oh, hold on. Go to development. No blueprints available. What do you mean? I mean, do you have to go all the way up to get the blueprint? That'd be crazy. Combat, power damage, weapon damage. Power damage. I need some other stuff to do these. It's not just the research things. Let's go ahead and get that. Let's get that. Those seem cool. Now let's go over to develop. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, so we need materials. Damn. This is deep. But I'm starting to understand that system a bit better, which is cool. Well, we can sell this. Cancel. I was wondering why it was worth so much. I don't want to sell any of this stuff. I don't know what it does yet. Only thing I want to sell is that. Alright. And make sure I'm only selling one. What else am I selling? Oh, does it have certain mods in here? Maybe armor? We're not gonna mess with that. We have plenty of items available, so. That's the one I went in. Let's go in here.
Nice place you found.
Clean air, plants, helps me think.
Something on your mind?
Maybe.
What the hell was that?
I know that look. It's just my biotics reacting to all this. I don't normally lose it like that. A huntress should have better control.
Huntress?
Another term for an Asari commando. I was one, before the initiative. Some things stick, though. Like losing the old man.
You were his second in command. Were you friends, too?
He was more a mentor than a friend. Prickly old bastard. But I respected that. People treat geniuses like they're made of cut glass. I didn't care how smart he was. I think he liked someone not caring.
How does a human soldier get to serve with Asari?
Prove your biotics can rip an APC apart, and people get nervous. Funny that. The Alliance found me a cross-species military initiative in a hurry. Sent me to Thessia to serve with the Huntress unit. One of the few places where my powers were welcomed. Your father made another one.
I know it's not the same, but I'm a good listener.
I hope you're as good at being Pathfinder. I prepped for years as your father's second. Then he chooses you? An untrained Pathfinder and all this mess to fix? The hell was he thinking?
Is this going to be a problem, Cora?
I don't want a rival. Just answers. It's done. Best I can do now is be your second. Keep your father's mission alive. Then maybe we'll all get what we came out here for.
So what brought you out to Andromeda?
Biotics like this. Thinking like an Asari huntress. I never had a place. Best I could be was a useful freak. The initiative was meant to be different. Will be different if this mission succeeds. So I'm seeing it through. It's quiet in here. I can keep the plants watered while I work. First job, see if there's any news on the Asari Ark. If they made it, we could use some Asari expertise. If you want to talk, I'll be here.
Bet. What is this camera angle? Obviously, I'm sure there's more conversation points, as there were with the others.
Hi there.
What did you do while you were part of the Asari military?
4 years in a commando unit called Talane's Daughters. Part of the Council's cross-species military integration initiative. You probably had a more exciting time defending that Arcturus relay. But we did good work. Peacekeeping is a full-time job, even in Asari space.
What was your commando unit like?
Janae and I were the youngsters. Tethys was our old lady sniper. Kalia patched us up, and Valenza prayed between firefights. Our CO, Nasira, led us all over the Athena Nebula and beyond. A huntress's work is never done.
Who'd pick a fight with the most powerful species in the galaxy?
Themselves, usually. Terrorists, cults, rogue Ardat Yakshi, people demanding a withdrawal from the Citadel. The Asari were spacefaring when our Roman Empire was new. Didn't fix all their problems. Sometimes you need commandos for that.
True.
You were in the Alliance before you became a huntress, right? What made you join up?
My biotics. I was still living on my parents' cargo freighter when they manifested. Untrained biotic power on a starship means accidents. But we couldn't afford a tutor. The Alliance had implants, the training, everything. Old history now. Your turn. Remind me why you came to Andromeda.
I spent years watching pioneers go through the Arcturus mass relays. Off to glory, while I stayed behind. Then Dad's career collapsed. His AI research made him too toxic.
I heard. Must have changed everything for your family.
was time to forge my story and my horizons, and to give Sarah a shot at making the discovery of a lifetime. So, Andromeda.
None of you writers ever think small, do you?
Did you come out here with anyone? Maybe someone you served with?
I had my fun on shore leave. Nothing serious, though. Asari huntresses figure things out, but I was there for soldiering, not romance.
Does that mean fraternization is okay for Asari commandos?
It'll happen, but usually only for one deployment. Asari don't usually stay with each other long term. After your 500th birthday, you learn some self-control.
After 4 years with Asari commandos, you must have some great war stories.
Nasira assassinated a Krogan warlord with a pack of playing cards once.
A pack of cards?
Choking hazard, apparently.
Wow. Any more commando war stories?
Always liked Janae. She was only 200, and with me around, she wasn't the kid anymore. She was a biotic protege. I once saw her yank an AA gun right off its housing. Crushed a gang of slavers with it.
Ouch.
They didn't feel it for long. Janae was a good friend. Maybe she still is back there. Won't be a kid now, though.
Any more commando war stories?
Not just now. I'll try to remember a good one.
See you later, Cora.
I'll be here.
Alright. What are we doing on time? Oh, damn. So this is probably all we're going to get to this episode, just running around the ship. I think... unless this goes somewhere, it does. Ladder down,
I'm
I
in the
don't...
armory.
Okay. Doesn't look like anyone's on this area.
Pathfinder, making the rounds. Slumming it, huh? Want to see how the riffraff are making out?
Hey, it's a dirty job. Are you the riffraff spokesman?
King, actually. You might want to bow. Otherwise, things might start falling off the Tempest at the most inopportune times.
I'll take my chances. Just want to see how things are going with the ship.
I can coax more out of this baby than some might think, but we shouldn't go too far or push too hard between Nexus stops. For now. It just feels good to be stretching our wings, you know? Locked in idle too long, you start to drift. People, same as ships. Stuck on the Nexus, gotta say, I was regretting joining the Initiative.
Seems like life back there was pretty bleak.
Not gonna lie, it sucked. I tend to live the way I work. Kind of feel it, do it. Not a lot of close ties, no real sense of purpose. Figured maybe I'd find my true calling in Andromeda. Then I got here and, oops, I just made a decision there's no turning back from. I was going nuts on that station. You can't know how jazzed I was when you showed up.
We're exploring this cluster, eventually the galaxy. If your purpose is here, we'll find it.
Then the question will be, what will I do with it? In the meantime, you just keep pointing this ship wherever you want it to go, and I'll make sure she can get there. Deal?
Deal.
Gotcha.
Long time no chat. What's up?
I hear we have you to thank for getting the Tempest space ready so quickly.
Vetra brings her impossible feats to me. I was itching to get this particular call. Capital R ready. Don't tell her, but the truth is, I fudge reports to come in early, then bust ass in secret to make up for it. Expands the guild legend. Plus, I convey calm and assurance, and the whole team relaxes, which helps them do their jobs better.
Okay.
What's your social circle like?
I'm good for a laugh, so I know lots of people. but I don't let too many in. My one true friend is stationed on the Nexus. She's the only piece of the Milky Way I brought with me. The more you and I get to know each other, the more you'll probably hear about her.
How tough has it been on the Nexus all these months?
Have you ever eaten overcooked space cow tongue?
No.
Can't say I have.
Well, let me tell you, it's tough. Wondering if you're gonna die from a critical malfunction, or maybe starvation? Imagining which would be worse? But hey, you could always take a break from the fear and boredom to dwell on being a part of the biggest failure in galactic history. Maybe even participate in a revolt.
What was your take on that?
I didn't place any bets, if that's what you're asking. Truth is, I don't think anyone made out particularly well. Whatever side you're on, you die a little when your brother, your teammate, becomes an enemy. We traveled all this way, all hope and wonder, and we end up fighting with each other over scraps. It's sad.
Seems like we have a good group here.
Well, veteran Suvi are my girls. Get along well. Lots of mutual respect. As far as your Hyperion peeps go, Doc's kinda nosy. Liam's good for a laugh or two. Cora, she's a bit by the book for me.
Need somebody to keep the zoo in check.
Zoo? You calling me an animal rider? Ooh, can I be a mongoose? They're like cool cobra killers. No, wait, how about a crow? Smart, irreverent,
This man's a little
obnoxious.
too excited about
That's
being
it.
called an animal.
I'll take your word for it. What about Callow?
He's a pilot.
Which means...
He flies the ship.
we're leaving it
Bruh.
at that then?
Does a Pathfinder know what to do with a dead end?
Good talking to you, Gil.
Anytime.
Alright. Let's go down. See if we can talk to down here.
Pathfinder, help me with something? I know, not exactly standard. Gotta make the space comfortable. Plus, the fabric diffuses the charge from an overclocked Omni blade. Not giving up a 6% boost, right?
Right. What?
Never mind. BS for the requisition. So, finally time for that beer? And after 2 years and a dozen suspensions, I took a lateral promotion out of the force. Being a cop just didn't fit. A crisis response? Digging people out of trouble? That worked. I bet Hustle followed you into a few peace actions. Think about your Alliance days much?
Tell me about your group.
Heavy Urban Search Terrain 1? Yeah. Earth's contribution to a multi-species disaster response unit. HUST-1, but Hustle looks much better on a patch. All civilians, retired vets, or shits like me. I was fiercely bearded. Tastes better just thinking about those days.
I wanted adventure and mystery at the edge of known space. There was so much to see. Seems like a long time ago.
600 years, give or take. So, Pathfinder. Why Andromeda?
That blunt, huh?
That blunt.
When I started with the Alliance, it was about adventure. But with my dad's troubles, staying wasn't going to work. I needed something new. But if I wanted to get away, it had to be this far.
Gotcha. Clean slate. Classic.
Back at you, Costa. Why'd you come?
I want to say I'm running from my past, but really running from myself. That'd be a great story. But it's bullshit. I had family, friends, a good enough job, nothing was wrong. I just heard about the initiative and I believed in it. I believed in a new beginning. Still do. I have to. We're in it.
We can't go back. But we're not trapped by decisions a galaxy behind us.
I don't feel trapped. We came from a good place for good reasons. We keep that in mind, it'll steer us right, just like back in Crisis Response. Remember the essentials. A new start guided by the Pathfinder. And team. I'll bust my tail to make that a good story.
Okay.
Pathfinder?
We barely covered how you joined. Tell me something about yourself.
Alright, I was a bad student, piss poor cop, great responder. Had a good life, but it'd all been done. I wasn't looking to start over. I wanted to start big.
You were a cop, then crisis response? Couldn't have been long in either.
Didn't have the patience for law, so I figured enforcement. Dad knew it didn't fit before I did. But it got me to hustle. They mostly take vets and retired service. Best years of my life.
You found your place. Not everyone gets that.
I knew it. I'm glad for it every day. And that led me here.
Tell me about your family.
I miss the hell out of them. Some nights you just cry, right? That's the thing everyone does. Mom, Joelle, Dad, Calvin. Both lawyers. Met on the Citadel, settled on Earth. No brothers or sisters. That might have been too much to leave. It was traditional. How about you?
Life with my family was not typical, on a number of fronts.
You may do though, right? Family has to. I know mine did. I said goodbye to my mom and dad, and got on a ship to Andromeda.
We'll talk later.
I know it.
Okay. Scan the couch. Claims of charged diffusion are dubious. Furniture doesn't get this one without providing comfort, which it should be noted is not the same as being comfortable. Why is that there? You tell me I can't scan that thing?
Oh, hey, Pathfinder.
Is Ryder there? Hey, Ryder.
You know each other?
Please, Vetra, I'm the Pathfinder. It's my job to know the people, listen to their concerns.
Best Pathfinder ever.
All right, calm down. Look, kiddo, gotta go.
Wait, Ryder, I just wanted to know if...
Anyway.
So I know it feels like I just jumped aboard your ship without explanation.
I would have done the same just to get off the Nexus.
That's not why I came. Sure, I want to explore the galaxy, but I'm really here to work. I know everyone on the crew, even the actuators Gil prefers for the ship. Better, I know how to get my hands on them. With me around, your crew's going to be at their best. We've been failing for months, Ryder. Now that we have you, we have a chance out here.
Wow, that's some laser focus.
Yeah? Was it too much? Some people get intimidated.
We need that sort of drive. I just hope I can keep up.
You'll keep up. And I promise I won't tell if you don't. I should track down a lead for Gil's actuators. Back channels, you know. We'll chat later?
A short conversation.
Ryder.
You talked about your back channels. What did you mean?
We brought a lot from home. Some of it marked initiative, some of it in personal caches. Most things you want, someone's got. You just have to figure out who, and what they're willing to take in exchange.
It can't be that simple.
Oh, but it is. Most things are simple once you know the trick to them.
How did you hear of the Andromeda initiative?
Short answer, Cash. She was looking for some experimental ship mods, and I knew how to track them down. I thought it was a one-time deal, but she came back. Once, twice. Eventually, I figured out something was going on. Something big with creds behind it. I asked and she told me about the initiative. New galaxy, new home. Couldn't pass that up.
You're pretty familiar with the ship.
I made sure the technicians had what they needed to keep the Tempest ready and waiting. Leadership wanted to strip her for parts, but I kept saying, a Pathfinder's gonna show up. I like being right.
You were on the Nexus when the revolt happened?
When you promise people golden worlds and all they get are wastelands and a death cloud, they riot. Some wanted to go home, some demanded answers, and a couple just wanted to stir shit up.
And you?
Some days I wondered if the exiles had a point. Maybe we were conned into coming here. But why would the initiative go to all this trouble just to screw us over? Thing about
True.
conning people, you always know something they don't. And that's why the con works. And if I'm going to pick a side, I'm picking the liars.
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
It's crazy in the beginning of the game you can like do that. Tell you stuff about your people. But not now. Let's go that way first. Let's go down. Oh. Bruh. Fool. Confused myself. So everyone, I forgot we were taking turns and half the rations aren't unpacked yet. Kahlo comments. Got you covered, Kahlo. There's soup in the galley. Dextro and Levo for me. And fruit cocktail. Vetra. And to think we might have left port without you, Kahlo. Okay.
You're not Harry.
The blue give it away? Habitat 7 was a little more action-packed than Harry bargained for. He decided to spend his retirement years on the Hyperion looking after your sister.
Happy to have you, Dr. Tapero.
I'll do my best. Now, hold still.
Ow!
Sorry.
I remember you having a gentler touch.
Still trying to get my bearings. Thought I'd be waking up colonists, not taking care of the Pathfinder.
I couldn't be in better hands.
I just stabbed you.
We all have off days.
I always hoped to work in the field, but everything's happening so quickly.
Focus on the positive. It helps.
I guess this is my opportunity to study alien species firsthand. Getting a
True.
Ket specimen aboard the Hyperion would be difficult, but here...
What?
A Ket corpse. For autopsy, a live subject would be better, but I'm not greedy.
Ain't no
Why
way.
do you care about the cat?
Harry didn't tell you? I'm a specialist in alien anatomy. My thesis on Krogan virility and aggression is what got me in the initiative.
That's a very specific topic.
I grew up on Omega, lots of Krogan mercenaries. The best habitat outside Tuchanka. But we were discussing the Ket. An autopsy could teach us potential weaknesses, average lifespan.
Right.
Just something to think about. Sam, make sure the Pathfinder eats his vegetables.
Ain't no way. And if you had to, yeah. I remember reading that when we first came in here.
Yes?
I need to talk to you about something private.
Of course. That's what I'm here for.
When Dad died, he blocked off parts of Sam's memory, things he didn't want me to see.
Or he thought you weren't ready for.
Maybe. I found this trigger. It unlocked a memory fragment of Dad on the Citadel, from when the Alliance rejected his ideas about AI, and he found out Mom's illness was terminal.
Why do you think your father chose this specific memory?
It was where his journey to Andromeda really began.
Those events started your family down a new path.
Yeah. Thanks, Lexi. Feels good to talk about this. How long have you and Harry been friends?
I remember when he didn't complain about arthritis. We met at a medical convention on the Citadel. He was moderating a panel on neurosurgery in low-gravity environments. His name card was crooked, but he was so damn confident, I knew we'd be friends.
So how did a Asari doctor end up on the human Ark?
Specialist in alien anatomy, remember? That includes humans. Also, Harry insisted. Maybe he always intended to switch jobs.
I'll let you get back to it.
I'll be here if you need me.
Okay. Did I see this? Oh, yeah, I did. That's that facial reconstruction thing. I'm not doing that. Okay. I have my bearings as to where I am. I think we already looked in the bathroom. And this is what? Dinner. Actually, go back to that. Okay, that's purely that. The email terminal. Okay, we got some emails rolling in. Let us check. Try it from core. Thanks for talking. Things feel better, though they don't feel like fixed yet. Remember to take time for yourself too. Work's important, but so is time to grieve. Grief and fear cannot rule you. Let them be your faithful servants, protective of their mistress. Lost serves a huntress to like fuel, fire serves fire. Asteris 12 leaves, verse 132. Cora. Yes, plants are coming along. Sam and I are learning about botany together. Interesting times. Proud to be here. Writer from Liam. Lehman, I'm dead. Hey Pathfinder, just hitting this point again. Our team, no place I'd rather be. Here's where we get to fix things. So as soon as we have people on the ground, I'll have eyes on how to get them what they need. This sort of just make it happen is why I joined Hus T1 and exactly why I came here. We'll do it. Costa. Liam has included a list of media themed to Frontiers. Genres include westerns, space opera, and oddly Turian historical dramas. You're the boss. Pathfinder, I thought I ought to clarify. I know I said something about Bat channels doing what I have to do, being on the Nexus during the bad times. A lot of us got used to a lot of ugly things because survival just isn't that pretty. But in the end, I'm here to help you. So if there's anything you don't like, I won't do it. Simple as that, Vetra. In case you're interested, Lexi Krogan, Virility and Aggression Writer. Attached is my Krogan thesis that I mentioned to you. I know only 500 pages, but I wasn't allowed to go over. If you get through it, I wrote a longer dissertation for the Citadel Journal of Medicine, around 1,400 pages. That's much more insightful. It includes mating diagrams. Lexi, what the shit?
Hello, Scott. It is interesting to be renewed.
How do you mean?
Since my creation, I have been Alec Ryder's Sam. Now, I am your Sam. I am still myself, but now the input and experiences I have are completely new. I will develop in a new direction. The term reincarnation seems appropriate.
Are you okay with changing who you're becoming?
I cannot know until I see the result. I look forward to our continued partnership.
Sam, any more information on the memory trigger we found?
The memory blocks are still in place. If you continue searching for more triggers, they may unlock.
Okay.
Are you still on the Hyperion?
Yes, this terminal provides a direct link to my servers in SAM node on the Ark. I can maintain a presence on the Tempest via quantum entanglement communication.
Let's say, hypothetically, I was out sick the day they taught quantum embezzlement communism.
Via entangled subatomic particles, it's possible to conduct secure and instantaneous communication across great distances. It ensures I remain in touch with you and the Pathfinder team at all times.
Okay.
What was Dad's take on me and Sarah?
He believed your family trials brought you closer together, and hoped that would endure. It appears that hope was well-founded.
So if we're going to work together, you might notice I like to joke around sometimes. Lighten things up. How's your sense of humor, Sam?
Alec Ryder encouraged me to develop this skill.
Humor's not a skill, it's... Okay, try telling me a joke.
A neutron enters a bar and asks, "How much is a drink?" The bartender replies, "For you, no charge."
I can see why Dad told you to keep working on your humor.
Indeed.
Is it confusing to be in multiple places, talking to different people?
My awareness can be partitioned, so I can give you the same attention as, say, a SAM node technician. In the field, you are my primary focus, and all other requests are queued. In the vernacular, you have my undivided attention.
But
How are those
let's hear
jokes
another
coming,
trip.
Sam?
Why don't Thresher Moors eat comedians? Because they taste funny.
Oh no. Oh no, Sam.
How are those
Do
jokes
better.
coming, Sam?
My algorithms are formulating a new one, calculating the trajectory of the punchline. That was not a joke.
Oh, right. How are those jokes coming, Sam?
I am formulating a new one.
Okay.
Thanks, Sam. Nothing more.
The Nexus out there. Alright, I think we have gone through everything. Up the stairs, up the stairs. It's a ladder, but still. Up the ladder, up the ladder.
We haven't really spoken since orientation, have we?
It's all been so hectic, but I'm sure things will quiet down soon. Can't be worse than the Nexus.
Let me go in here real quick, see if I can, can't remember. No, I don't have it yet, I forgot. I have to, make it still, develop it. Let's check the codex, see what we got new. Crew like no other. Cora Harper. Socialize a little with Cora, learning more about her background as a Biotic and Asari commando. You and Kahlo sometimes chat in your free time. Kahlo will take any excuse to talk about the Tempest. First Special Liam, he's a real booster for the initiative and always gives his all for the mission. Lexi DePero, despite her years of experience, Lexi feels a little daunted by working in the field. However, she is excited about the prospect of researching the cat. Vetra Nix. Vetra likes to describe herself as someone who gets things done. She seems very committed to your mission and the Pathfinder team's success. The fact that she brought her sister Sid with her to Andromeda might have something to do with her dedication. Okay. Works closely with the research team on the Nexus, analyzing the data you and Sam collect in the fields. You've left Jill to his job, taking care of the Tempest systems, which seems to keep him busy. Oops. Known associates. Kahlo Jath. Kahlo Jath was born on Surkesh, and quoting directly into a life so boring even you couldn't calculate it, pushing towards a lucrative but dual bureaucratic career with Pero Aerospace. Kahlo became Kahlo became more interested in flying the starships he was meant to be cataloging. He eventually left Surkesh for formal pilot training and joined Pero's competitor as a test pilot. Internal emails show that when the Andromeda Initiative was building teams to develop their survey vessels, Pero Aerospace warned against recruiting Kahlo so fervently that Gene Garson's interest was piqued. Kahlo claims that the prospect of the initiative was intriguing enough to make him join the Tempest design team. Test flying her early prototypes, running stress tests in regions like the Nemean Abyss, and rumor has it helping to acquire advanced technology. Kahlo has an acute photographic memory, even by Solarian standards. This may be linked to his unusual motor responses, though he discourages my speculation. The Andromeda Initiative records on Vetra Nix are sparse. She states that she is from Palaven, but has also disclosed that she is not recognized as a formal citizen in the Turian society. Never having entered boot camp, it appears she left Palaven at an early age and spent most of her life in the outer reaches of Council space, never settling down in one place. Vetra was recruited into the initiative by Nakmor Kesh, who listed her as a business associate and recommended her on the basis of her street smarts, adaptability, and familiarity with most weapons. Vetra's only other recorded families are sister Sidera Nix, who accompanied Vetra on the journey to Andromeda on board Nexus. A footnote in Vetra's file indicates that she may have been part of an unnamed mercenary band that was hired to steal sensitive military secrets from base on Menai. The culprits were never caught. Jill Brody. Technical Officer Jill Brody is Chief Engineer aboard the Tempest. After traveling to Andromeda aboard the Nexus, records show that Jill was woken from stasis roughly a year ago to assist with construction efforts. Before prepping the Tempest itself, there are no records of Jill's early life. He explained he was an undocumented street kid with one of Earth's megapolis cities. Though in school, Jill likely showed a remarkable aptitude for mathematics and spatial reasoning, since at 10, he often broke into a local scrapyard to dismantle and repair destroyed shuttle engines. In time, he was caught and sentenced to a steady job. Jill's mechanical expertise eventually drew him off-world to numerous colonies across the Milky Way. His unconventional work drew the attention of Veteran X, who agrees she was always on the lookout for new contacts. Fetcher claims she persuaded Jill to join the initiative. Jill claims he won Vetra's initiative clearance in a poker game, and exchanged it for a guaranteed seat along with his friend Jill. He remains an invaluable member of the Tempest crew. Lexi Tapero. Although young by Asari standards, Lexi Tapero is regarded as one of the most skilled doctors in the Andromeda Initiative. Born on the crime-ridden space station Omega, Lexi began her medical career by stitching up her father, a Turian bouncer at the Afterlife nightclub, where her mother was also employed as a dancer. In her screening interviews, Lexi states her parents' dream was for her to get off this rock and live a life worth talking about. Following her parents' wishes, Lexi left Omega to continue studying medicine as well as psychology. On the Citadel, where she eventually met Harry Carlisle convinced her to join the initiative as the Hyperion's physician. Although there was some confusion around assigning an Asari to the Human Arc, Lexi's credentials and expertise in alien anatomy quickly silenced any concerns. By her own admission, Lexi is a workaholic, on or off the table. I have a hard time not dissecting people. Figuratively, of course. One of her many goals in Helios is to improve her bedside manner and learn to appreciate the moment. Suvi Anwar. Suvi Anwar is a member of the Nexus Science team and holds advanced degrees in astrophysics and molecular biology. In a screening interview, she stated that she was from a large, rather boisterous family of 5 children. Her neuroscientist mother and mathematician father exposed her and her siblings to science from a young age, which sparked a lifelong love of the subject. While pursuing her PhD in molecular biology, Suvi was handpicked for a team doing cutting-edge biophysical and cybernetics research. After a year, the team was headhunted by a Black Ops organization for a classified biomedical project. Suvi was extended an invitation but declined, opting to refocus her attention on her own project. She declares that there was no hesitation on her part in signing up for the Andromeda Initiative once she learned of its existence, owing to a desire to see and experience more than one small corner of the vast universe. Okay. Technology, weapon and armor mods. Andromeda Initiative equipment is designed to be modular and adaptable to any situation. Weapons and armor in particular are built with the understanding that they will be customized multiple times in the field over their operational lifetime. Gun modifications can be purchased from appropriate locations or recovered in the field. Each weapon's targeting computer also contains an adaptive integration VI that analyzes a mod on installation. Adjust the weapon's balance, heat sink requirements, and ammunition and block accordingly, and sends a list of any additional components to the user's Omni tool for manufacturing. The process typically takes only a few minutes. Alright, Tempest technology. Tempest required a number of experimental technologies to accommodate the unique requirements of a Pathfinder team. Its planetary surface imaging, for example, uses photosensitive and radar lidar emitting microsatellites that coordinate with the Tempest router. Back to the SAM node, I then conduct simulated scientific and probability studies on the data before presenting the Pathfinder with a summarized analysis, typically in 0.5 seconds. The Tempest computer network presented interesting challenges, as most Milky Way computer systems have any AI safeguarding built in. The Tempest network had to be designed from scratch to accommodate my interaction with the ship's systems firmware bridges, inspired by studies in Geth networking technology. Allow me to temporarily integrate with and augment sensors communications and the ship's navigation array. Given the desire to reduce mass without sacrificing safety, the electrical charge from the Tempest's capacitors is used to keep the ship stable via prototype vibration reduction technology. When the ship's superstructure is bent by vibrations, such as during atmospheric reentry or complex flight maneuvers, those elements receive an electrical charge that bends bulkheads in opposing direction, reducing vibration and smoothing the ship's flight path. Alright, we have cleared through there. Alright, we're gonna end this one here. Who date all you Bangla sins out there? I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.